All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Realms of the Wild. Yes, this is our custom open legend RPG show set in our weird, messed up version of the Breath of the Wild flavor of Zelda, and the people below me are the people that I've come up with, or I've run out of interesting ways to imply that you all hate me. So
I get the wrong way.
Maybe
insert
that's a
something
sign
funny.
that you shouldn't.
Oh, you don't have to imply it. We hate Jody.
Correct. Next question. That's why we keep him around.
Yeah. Announcer moments. Apparently, there is a PAX East panel that has been announced.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing this year?
It is called It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Take Friends. It is the same panel that we did at PAX West in 2021. We've done it in a couple places at this point. It's all about the Companions of Zelda. It is going to be at the Albatross Theater on I think April 22nd, because PAX East is late this year. Elias, I think, is going to be there, if I recall.
Elias
Yes.
is everywhere.
Elias, you're going to that,
I
right?
don't know if I'll be
Behind
on the
you right
panel,
now.
but I'll be there.
But
You
We
can
have
find me in the
Amanda Heil.
audience and say hello and nothing else, or I'll file a harassment suit.
fair enough. Elias will be in the building. And then we will also have Andrew Fick on the panel. We might have Alex Trevino there too. Amanda Van Heil is also going to be on the panel as well. Our lovely social media person Mary will also be there, and a bunch of other people.
I adore Mary.
Oh, Mary is
She's
great.
so much fun.
It's
that
great.
I get to talk marketing stuff with her because she actually does marketing, and I never get to use any of my degrees. So
She has questionable taste in movies.
Okay, she took you to one anime movie yesterday. Listen, I know your opinions, and look, they are your opinions, but I also think that you should give it more credit.
So anyway,
Also,
yeah,
thank you for everybody who watched the Honey Heist campaign. That was
Yeah,
fun, and it was
let's-
really fun.
let's acknowledge just how lovely Honey Heist was. Alex having his
really
debut as a Honey Heist did a DM.
BM, Bearmaster, excuse you.
Bearmasters. This is sorry. See, I hear BM, I think bowel movement, and so
Correct, but also it's
I'm
all
just
about
going-
bears.
Further and further down a horrible rabbit hole. Somehow got dirtier and dirtier.
Are you surprised?
No,
every time we get Kiri back after a short break, she goes, "Oh yeah, that's what this is like."
this is why I left.
It's true.
By the way, folks, we have Kiri again. Super
Kiri's
fun.
back. We missed her.
Hi.
And Kiri, are there things that you are able to talk about
what
as
can
to
you
things
tell
that
us?
were causing you to not be here, or is that
I've
still?
been away. I mean, I can talk about one of them. I've been away because I've been recording the Alice audiobook. Which now has to go
Hell
into
yeah.
edits and hopefully doesn't need any further fixed recordings. But I'm moving into final mastering and such. So
I'm glad you still have a voice.
So if
well, that's why I had to split it into multiple things, because they're like, hey, if you book us for 8 hours, we'll only charge you for 6. I'm like, that's a great deal. However, I cannot talk for 8 hours.
So if you ever wanted to read Kiri's book and hear Kiri's voice while you're reading it, this is a perfect example of that. So pretty cool.
There was a brief moment where almost everyone was just going to be Irish because I could not get out of an Irish accent. So
No, Irish
Bloopers.
accent's really nice.
it is, but you can't have everyone sound exactly the same.
Mm,
At least you can do the dialect, though. I can't.
Well, and learning back
Why
when
do you think I
used to-
stopped the British? for
back when I
Pierre.
used to study accents, learning how many different Irish accents there are.
Yeah, there's tons.
For such like the UK in general blows my mind because all of it, including Ireland, which is not a part of the UK, all of it is so tiny compared to like the US, and yet they have so many different accents and dialects and things like that in that tiny little country.
Mhm.
And it blows my mind that you can travel like an hour in any direction
And the
go
dialect
through
changes.
3 or 4 different dialects.
That's
It's amazing.
also one of the reasons why I stopped doing a dialect for Pierre, because Pierre originally had like a British like RP dialect, and I realized that I cannot put it together.
Really?
I'll
I should
start
go
in-
watch the first episode again.
No,
Mm.
you shouldn't.
Do it!
Let
You
me just pull it up on stream really quick.
because I start with one accent. I'll start with that one dialect, and then over the course of the show, you can plot my trajectory of that dialect on a map, because it does not stay in that one place. It'll move to 50 different places, and sometimes it'll go back to RP, and sometimes it won't.
Love it.
I'm
Anyway,
not
No.
good
One
at
of
this
us
thing.
might have started
Just-
with something, and then we're like, no, this doesn't really fit characters.
I didn't
So
know
I'm
what
like-
voice I was going to use for a Runope until I started speaking. Last,
For Honey
game.
Heist? Oh, it was great. I mean, listen, at least it was consistent, unlike my Christopher Walken impression. And you know that I'm right.
I didn't
so
say
anyway, yeah, so cool stuff. If you missed the Honey Heist episode from 2 weeks ago, it's on VOD. And yeah,
It's real
other
stupid, but it's fun.
announcements. I have an announcement.
What?
I started a new kind of sub series for D&D Deep Dive on my YouTube channel, where I'm talking about home brewing different classes and the things like that for people that are interested in making their own stuff. And I'm having guests help me discuss things. My first guest showed up on Wednesday. It was Classy Don Diego, which anyone that's been watching for a while here would recognize as Brayak. He was our first guest for Realms of the Wild, and he's lovely.
2017.
Of another person that none of you guys have actually met. I met him through
Because he
YouTube.
lives in Canada.
No, I met him through D&D YouTube. He made a video about it's called The Critter's Guide to YouTube, where he listed a bunch Critter's Guide to D&D YouTube, where it lynches a bunch of D&D YouTubers. And I made a snide comment on there. I go, yeah, no, Critter's Guide to YouTube, and you don't mention the one D&D YouTuber that has actually been on Critical Role. You know, well, who's that? I'm like, me! My face is at Critical Role once, and I made the cats cry.
Wait, so the show's about specific classes, but
Mhm.
also about homebrew with them.
Yeah, basically we talk about the defining features of the classes, and then we show how different subclasses have kind of played with that, and then we kind of talk about non-D&D flavors of that, and yeah, just give people a lot of ideas. It was super fun. Elias, you should probably be on there. Like, I wish I'd had the idea
very
to like
illuminating information that I need.
send
to
you an
respond to
email like a week ago saying, hey, do you want to do this? And, just pick a class. But of course, I would never out you live on air or anything like that
Thank
for not
God.
replying to my email.
Are you gaslighting all of us? Isn't that what just happened?
Gaslighting is a
Typical
slightly
Joey.
different process. This is just plain lying.
Wow.
As sort of my pet peeves when people go, oh my God, they were gaslighting me. I'm like, no, they're lying. Gaslighting is a very different process.
I've never lied in my entire
I
life.
mean, right as you were doing it, you're saying you never would do that. So that kind of is.
Well, the whole point of gaslighting is to make you question your ability to identify reality and make you completely dependent on the person who's gaslighting you.
Just
to know
because you
what's real and what's
gaslight
not.
wrong doesn't mean you're not gaslighting.
Just because you're bad at it doesn't mean you're not trying.
Sometimes it's just your roles.
Anyway, so check that stuff out. I'm kind of proud of the episodes haven't come out. The episode with William SRD, that's the dude, theoretically should be coming out on Wednesday. So check it out. I put a lot of work into this, and I think it's cool stuff. So anyone else have cool stuff they're doing?
Great question.
I mean, let's rephrase that. Cool stuff they're doing that they're allowed to talk about. Because I know at least one of us is doing really cool stuff that they can't talk about.
NDAs.
I've been working on new layouts for this Twitch channel.
Wow, they
I
look
have
really good.
seen some of the new layouts, and they are fantastic.
Yeah, it's the refresh is going to be a real nice when they go up. And it'll be really cool. There's some cool stuff that we're doing for the Twitch channel in the near future.
I can spoil one thing about them. It will no longer show subscriber goal 0/0.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got one
Nice.
subscribers here.
I do have one question for you though. Will thief actually be spelled right in this next update
Well, what? Thief? No.
on
Sorry.
on the profile?
That
Okay,
can't
sounds
change.
good. Okay, I like that.
No, well, it'll
We
keep
wouldn't
being
want
spelled
correct
wrong.
spelling.
If
In
it
this
shows up at
economy?
all, it will be spelled the same way.
Okay, cool. I
We have to
like
be
that.
consistent with our goals.
Yeah.
Also, I'm really I'm really attached to a figurine of Windows Power Copper Corgi that apparently Imp created. So anyway, do you guys want to like play some Realms
Nah.
of the Wild?
I gotta go.
All
Make
right.
it a podcast time.
Well, it's been fun, guys. Thanks
it's
for
a
tuning
podcast
in.
today.
I mean,
Just
we
us.
have talked about that several times, so
All
I
right,
don't
you
think
know
that would be a
what?
bad
Screw
idea.
it. We're doing we're talking later. We're doing podcasting things. I want to do one and talk
Yeah.
about like I have ideas, and I literally was just like, what if we just made one that's like I have to talk about, and then it's just like blank. We're like we
Mhm.
need to talk about blank.
Can I
Kiri
assist
earlier.
you on this
I have a hard
podcast?
out at 11 a.m. Kiri now. You know what? After the show, that's
No, I'm not saying after the show right now. I'm just saying in general.
I want to make a podcast with you, Kiri. I am so down.
Let's talk later. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Because I can't talk to
I
myself.
totally
I
do
can't talk
that.
to myself for
Oh, I forgot about this. One final announcer I meant because Kiri mentioned podcasts. Don Diego, the dude I talked about before, has a podcast called
Wow.
My RPG Podcast, and I was a guest recently. And I got to talk about mental illness and its portrayals in tabletop RPGs and some of the problematic things I've been seeing. And I actually make reference to Realms of the Wild because we recently dealt with some mental illness stuff, and I think we did it very respectfully and well here. So
I was about to say it. You the way you brought that up. I'm sorry for laughing, but it sounded like, oh, so Realms of the Wild was a bad example of.
no. It was one of the. Said, hey, can I be on your podcast? Because I've been seeing a lot of different, like really big, high-profile RPG live plays that have been using some really bad negative tropes involving mental illness and gamifying it and just belittling it. And so I wanted to do this. So check it out. It's My RPG Podcast. And it's on everything: Podbean, Apple Podcasts, all those different other things. So
it's one of those things where I'll be on your show.
speak of
if you
classy
be
Don
on mine.
Diego, he's in chat. You know, if Don was super cool, Don would be able to. Can Don post links in chat? Is that a thing that can happen?
Probably
I can
not.
make that happen.
Yeah. So if Don could post a link to that.
60 seconds, go.
I have decided that I will not allow. Oh, Alex did it already.
Anyway. So yeah, maybe now we should return to the realms of the wild.
You good?
After dealing with an evil person, the party was able to relax and celebrate in Zora's domain. At the end of the celebration, Pierre decided to try to further expand his prescient power by trying to remotely view into the Shadow Realm using Arel's connection to it. Unfortunately, something went wrong, and Pierre's astral form was drawn into the Shadow Realm, leaving his body a husk in the Courage Realm. With some quick thinking, Arel decided to bring the rest of the party into the Shadow Realm to attempt to save him. When they arrived, they saw no sign of Pierre. And as they continued to look, the party started to become more separated. And that is where we return.
Didn't we
I
just
made-
save you, Pierre?
Look, listen.
Have you become the damsel
Sacrifice.
of our group?
Perpetual sacrifice.
I am damsel. I am in distress. I don't have this, but have a nice day anyway.
Or didn't Aruna start to wander off as well?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Yeah, Aruna started wandering off.
because
what
he heard a
just
voice.
happened was you guys entered the Shadow Realm, and Arel Zulta and Arel and Zulta were dealing with some things and some shadow creatures. And
Also, Kess
Aruna
was there.
Yes, Kess was there
Yes.
taking notes.
As she is prone to do.
And Aruna heard a voice and started kind of wandering off. And when everyone kind of realized what was going on, they saw that Aruna was significantly further away than they originally thought. While all this is happening, Pierre was able to eventually get away from had been pursuing him by jumping over a ravine of sort and trapping them on the other side. However, at this point, he has no idea what has or where he has gone. So
Right, because all those things that were chasing me were on the other side of that like little ravine thing that I flew over.
So let's start off with Kess.
Don't start with me.
Yes.
Do you really want Arel to do some quick thinking again? Yeah.
Yes, you.
I don't know if I understand enough where we are.
Well, that's what.
Here's
this
what you
part is
need to
going
know.
be.
We're in the Shadow Realm and I'm an idiot.
So, Kess, after seeing Pierre's kind of lifeless form, and then going with Arel into the Shadow Realm, you have been doing everything you can to assess the situation before making a rash decision. And what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and roll me a logic check to see what you have gathered logic or learning, whichever one you like better.
Oh, I should figure out if we have leveled up at all while I've been gone.
Mm.
20. That's actually pretty low for me.
Okay. So specifically, as Zulta and Arel have been dealing with the kind of shadow creatures and things that they were here, and you were kind of just observing and watching and trying to get a hold on what was going on, you noticed Aruna was moving away from you guys significantly faster than he should have been.
How far away is he right now?
At this point, he's a good 300-400 feet away.
Damn it.
Also talking to myself, seemingly.
Yeah. But you've noticed, like, when he was walking in that general direction, he was not walking anywhere near fast enough to move that far. So something about this realm, distances are not, distances seem to be relative.
I'm going to grab Arel's hand.
Okay.
Because, nope, this is not sweet.
Yep.
It's not
Mhm.
sweet. I just don't want to and be like, take hold of my
Yes.
and then I'm also going to grab Zolta's hand because she's definitely also with us. And just
Definitely.
be like, and yank us forward towards him because I'm like, we are not splitting the party, as this seems like any sort of distance will become much more rapid. Words.
Also, to keep you guys in the shadow realm without me having to touch you and you getting lost and disappearing forever instantly, you each have a stabby bit.
Oh, fantastic.
So
let's go get
don't
that.
lose my stab.
So,
I'm gentle with my stab.
as you Kess, as you kind of grab onto their hands and you start kind of just moving as quickly as you can towards Aruna, the distance doesn't seem to be getting shorter. He doesn't seem to be getting further away at this point, but for whatever reason, you're not making.
Going to call out to him as best as I can. Be like, guys, help me shout at him.
Okay.
Be like, Aruna!
Aruna, go ahead and make me a perception check with disadvantage 3.
Ugh, fuck
Okay.
Shadow Realm.
Perception. Disadvantage 3, you said?
Yes.
That's rolling 4 or 3.
Do you have a perception score?
Yeah,
Okay, so it would be an additional 3 dice.
an additional 3, so 4 total. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, it's 16.
16. Okay. So as you, Aruna, as you have been kind of very much focused on this voice,
Mhm.
you start to hear, like, in the back of your head, you can hear Kess and Zulta and Arel calling you your name, but it sounds like it's coming from every direction.
Cass, did you find a Modi?
What?
That's what I said. These are the words that have exited my mouth.
And as you look around,
I don't know if they can hear me very well.
You notice that you don't see Kess, Zulta, or Arel anywhere near you.
Where are you guys? Where is it? This place is so confusing.
And as you look,
It's so
little
dark.
Him at all.
as you look a little bit more, you do, in the distance, you do see Kess and Zultan and Arel.
Oh,
But they're really far away, and they almost look like they're getting further.
I haven't seen anything for emoji wise or like anyone else, right? Just the voices. Okay.
Just the voice.
I will begin walking towards the people I can see.
Okay.
As I'm just like, hey, why'd you guys go so far away? And I just am shouting back to them as I begin to walk towards them.
And as you start walking towards them, you notice that they are getting further away.
Hey, stop walking. I am walking, walk towards me.
We are.
Yes.
No, you're
You can
not.
see Aruna has now turned towards you, and he's saying things, but he almost sounds underwater. You're getting the gist of what he's saying, but it's really hard. And as now you guys are both kind of moving, you look like you're both moving towards each other. You can notice that he's getting slowly further and further away.
Hey, with the stabby bits, did we give them any kind of way to like return back
Return to sender.
So the unique thing about the
Yes.
stabby bits is when Arel is using any of her shadow powers, she can use them as if they originate from her square, or she can use them as if they originate from her stabby bits square. That's the big thing with her stabby bits, is they're constantly connected.
Is there
to
any way
Arel.
to use that to bring him back to us?
I don't know. I've never tried.
Would
I
you
can
be
go to
willing
him.
give it a shot?
Yes. Wait. How? Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to hold on. We've got ours, so you can always
Okay.
come back here.
Yes.
Can you try and grab him and bring him back here?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Awesome. Let's attempt this.
All right. I need to pull up my sheet.
And then Kes looks at Zoltan and is like, "Hey, honey, you okay? You're pretty quiet."
Zoltan
It's
just kinda
unusual.
looks at
You're
you,
not in burrito
nods.
form. Okay. So let's see. How would I do that? Would I let's see. Would I have to go to him first, Jody, or can I just
Depending on
I'm-
how you want to try and do this, if you're going to shadow step,
Uh-huh.
you need to be physically in contact with someone to shadow step with them. So if you wanted to shadow step to him, you can do that without any issues. And then shadow step him back would require a roll. Anytime you try to shadow step with another person, it's no longer automatic. You have to roll for it.
right?
But you get it. I think it's advantage 2 on your rolls because of the feats that we took for you.
Right. Okay. I am going to do that then. I'm going to
Okay.
shadow step to him and let him know
So
so I don't scare him.
Kess, you let go of Arel's hand and you watch her kind of sink into the shadows and just kind of dissolve. And Aruna, you watch from far away as Arel kind of dissolves, and then you feel a presence next to you, and you see Arel is there.
Oh, hey, you could have just walked towards me instead of away from me.
You were moonwalking. You were just going backwards.
What is moonwalking?
Sorry. I don't know. So sorry. It just sounded cool. So sorry. I did
Annie,
want
are
to
you
ask
okay?
before that happened. Exactly. I did want to ask before that happened if Cass and Zolta actually wanted to be taken to where Aruna is instead of going back and forth.
Okay.
I mean, if
All of us
that's
moving through.
possible, great. But I
we
figured
can
moving
wreck
with one
on that.
person was better than moving with
Two.
two.
Okay, cool.
But
You were the
So
smart
that
one
would
of the two of us.
that would
So.
require you rolling. Taking 2 additional people
Hmm.
would normally give you disadvantage 2 because you have advantage 2 from the feet. It'd be a
Right.
flat roll.
Right. Okay. Let's go with the original plan then. So That would be my. Which roll was that for?
The original plan, but we're still rolling.
To get you back.
Oh,
So
So Ro comes over, and after saying a few things, she just grabs Aruna's hand.
we're going to go back now. Are you ready? This is going to be
well, that's
fun.
what I was
Have I done
doing.
this with you before? No, you. Are you ready?
Sure. I don't know what's
Okay.
happening or what we're doing, but I'm ready for it.
Okay, we are going back. Did I just click
I think that's a
something?
lot of conversations with Arel.
Oh, I did just click something wrong.
Oops.
Sorry. I love screens, but I also don't. There we are. Okay. Not what I meant to do. Where is my? Is it just shadow stepping, Jody?
Yeah, you just click on the shadow step. Again, when you shadow step is just you, there's no roll. So the only time you use that particular roll is if you're taking other people.
Right.
You just auto exceed on your normal shadow stepping.
Right. 42.
It's the answer
you
to life,
fail.
the universe, and everything.
It is.
How dare you?
Yeah, Aruna, as you're sitting there, you feel yourself kind of start to fade into shadows, and then
And become enlightened.
Zulta and Kess are now right in front of you.
That felt really weird.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Okay,
I
we're
don't
not
know
gonna
about that.
wander off. All right, we're not gonna split the party
Oh, hi, Cass.
at all. Hi. Because apparently you can't walk to people. We were walking towards you. I assume you were trying to walk towards us.
I was walking towards you, but it looked like you guys kept walking away from me.
We were not. So this place is weird.
So you're saying I should run to you next time?
I'm saying we should not split up.
I don't honestly know how you guys got so far away. Why did you guys walk away like that?
Because you wandered off.
What? I didn't wander. You guys wandered.
You wandered off. It's not important. We have to find Pierre. Aurel, is there any way you're able to
Sensing him, and I couldn't.
Okay.
So is he here?
So
Kess.
That's creepy. Does anyone else hear their name being called creepily?
I don't know. Do I?
Kess, as you're kind of listening, something about this sounds really, really familiar, and you instantly kind of get an ache in your heart for a second, and then it clicks. That's your mother's voice.
Hey, this place is trying to separate us. This is creepy. All right, you evil shadow realm, I shall not be pulled or swayed. I've been in far too many creepy freaking temples to be fooled by you.
Is the Shadow
I
Realm a
love that
temple?
this is Kess's reaction to, like, everyone has had this happen to them thus far. You are the first person going, screw you, voice of my mother.
You know why? You know why? If my mom was here, she wouldn't be going, Cass. She would be saying, Kestrel. Upset. I am in the shadow realm. You think she'd
I'm
be
sorry.
happy about
What
it?
was the full name?
I don't have a full name. But if I did,
Kess's mother would invent extra names on the spot just to give a more complete scolding.
there would be no like, oh, honey, where are you? Lost in the shadow realm? She once found me in a temple and I couldn't see the light of day for a week. In fact, I think it was just like standing in the little foyer of a Sheikah temple. You think she'd be happy I was in this fucking shadow realm?
Well, there's no
No.
light of day here. Also, you heard your mom just now?
Yes. Did you hear someone's voice when you wandered off? Were you hearing a voice?
My aunt. I was very confused.
All right, awesome. If anyone hears some family member or loved one's voice, trust me, it's not them.
Does that
Oh,
include you
okay.
guys? Because I hear your voice right now.
Yes, but you can also see me and my mouth is moving.
That's true. I did start to walk towards you once I saw you.
I
I don't think that's a loved one. I think that's a motor.
No, that's creepy. Let's go.
Oh.
I thought someone was getting hungry, stomach growling.
Nope. That is creepy zombie mumbling.
Okay, so where are we going?
I don't know. I don't know.
As you guys are,
This is your realm, Arel. This is your space.
as you guys
It
are,
is, but no one's ever been sucked into it through my mind before. Everyone's body comes with me. I
Look.
enjoy people's bodies. I
Look.
don't leave them behind.
Until all of this started, we'd never been to new realms. We've been adjusting. I have a lot of notes to try and make an educated guess. So
Yeah,
I'm
you've been
gonna
taking a
need
lot
you
of notes
to
recently.
attempt. Could you shut up?
Is there a source to this
Darkness.
noise?
Surprisingly enough, as you guys have been talking, you're starting to see, I guess, to describe kind of the landscape to Cass. Where you guys stepped into the shadow realm, it looks effectively like a shadow reflection of Zoro's domain without any buildings. So you can see like pools of shadowy water and things that look kind of like shrubs and trees and that, but there are no buildings here. And as you guys have been talking, you've noticed 1, 2, 3, 4. You've noticed a grand total of 5 shrubs effectively kind of just sprouting up near you. And they're making this very
Actively
strange
sprouting?
sound. Well, they weren't there before, and now they are.
Good sounds.
That's not good.
And they keep going. "Urgh." And
What is your
then-
experience with grumbly shrubs?
I've never stayed around long enough to encounter grumbly shrubs. I
They
think.
usually
So-
just walk away
We
from
should
Arel,
them
walk
when they
as a
can't
group
walk.
out of this.
As you
place.
say that, you suddenly hear, "I'm scared. Where are you?" And as you look
Kiri's
around,
already at her
you
limit.
see a form, an outline of a form that makes your heart stop for a second. Because it's been years since you've seen.
Leslie.
And you can't see her features or anything, but you recognize a little shadow strand of hair that never seems to stay in place. You recognize the way that she walks, her posture, and she's right in front of you, but you can't see her face or any specific features. It's all kind of muddled in shadow. Why did you leave me here? It's so cold.
Leslie.
Arel?
Can you guys see Leslie?
And
We
you see her
can't, I'm
hands
assuming,
start to
right?
kind of reach out to you. And she starts
Jody, are
walking
we able to
towards
see
you.
the figure?
You see another shrub effectively, but it starts to stand up. And at first
Oh,
it seems relatively normal, but then
a
it gets
shrub
taller.
standing up seems normal.
Looks like a normal humanoid that was kind of crouched down before. And as it stands up, it gets taller and taller, and the limbs themselves are unnaturally long. And then you start to see there's wrapping around.
No, not
everything.
Today, Slender Man, not today.
It seems to be completely wrapped in bandages of some sort.
I feel like we're
And you
seeing
watch
a
as it-
shadow zombie right now, if that was your question.
It raises its
Uh,
hands and starts walking towards.
Nope, Arel, that is not who you think it is. We need to get out of here. We need to get out of here right now. No manipulation today, you shadow mummy bitch. Yeah.
I'm
is
just
there
gonna-
is there an exit, or like is there a space we can just like start booking it as a group?
At this point, you
Did
guys
you
are
just call my
effectively.
sister a shadow mummy bitch?
I might get divorced for this,
Correct.
but I'm gonna throw a bomb at it.
Okay. So first things first, to answer Kikikes, you guys are effectively surrounded, but it is a grand total of 6 figures. So it's not like you guys are massively trapped, and they seem to be very slow moving. That being said, Aruna, why don't you make me an attack roll with your bubble bomb? I really want that on a t-shirt now. No emotional manipulation today, you shadow mummy bitch. Like, that would be an amazing t-shirt.
I can make t-shirts.
I would
t-shirt
wear that
machine.
every
I don't
day.
think that we could sell it on a ZU platform, but it would be great.
I'll try to make my obscure insults less cursy.
20.
20. Okay. As you to take your hand bomb and you throw it at this creature, you miss slightly. You are just barely off, and it hits the ground next to the creature. But the explosion is enough that it catches whatever wrapping this creature has on fire, and you watch as it just kind of erupts in flame. However, Arel, what you see
No.
is Aruna takes a bomb, throws it at your sister, and you watch as she is immolated in front of you, and she starts crying out and screaming in pain.
It was nice knowing everyone.
we at least established that we're like, that's not who you think it is. But yeah, this is still gonna have some.
Should I mention that my therapist dropped me recently? Is that a necessary fact for you guys?
I
Good
mean,
information to have.
it's not your sister on fire.
Sister on
Lighting
fire. Other people's sisters on fire.
And the lunatics yelling in the streets, it's the end of the world. Yes.
Thank you. I was like,
You're
Aluna's
welcome.
not here, but I know Alex has my back.
God damn right I do. Woo!
Oh.
So, Arel, seeing your sister get immolated, what would you like to do?
Laugh.
Oh
about it,
god.
man.
Yes, nervous laughter. Sorry. Well, after hearing Cass call my sister a mommy bitch, and then watching Aruna light her on fire, I'm going to just have her like scream her name and like try and shove Aruna away.
Okay.
Which Aruna's a giant rock, so that's not going to be very successful.
I move a couple
Well, why
inches.
don't you
And, like-
why don't you go ahead and make me a strength check, and I'll give you advantage 2 due to the
hulking out of adrenaline.
yeah.
All right. And that is might.
Or might. Sorry, might, not strength. Might.
Yep. Don't worry, I got you. Let's see. Yeah. Don't be very strong. 26. 26.
26 is pretty good.
Considering my die.
So, Arel, you see this happen, and you instantly just go and you push Aruna away. And Aruna collides with another one of these shrubs that has grown up, and the shrub kind of leaps into the air, goes around his back, and basically starts grappling him.
I immediately try to shrug it off instinctually.
Can I reach for Rel?
Yeah, you're still relatively close. However, you would notice as Arel pushes Aruna, once he collides with this thing, he goes 50 feet further.
Fuck.
Without
Don't touch
moving.
them. Don't actually touch them.
I stop trying to get out of the grasp.
Not you.
Oh,
You're
okay.
already 50 feet away. I grab Arel. I'm like, Arel, this is not your sister. These are not people. They are trying to trick you. Look at Aruna. Look how far away he is.
Go ahead and make me a presence check.
Fuck, I have
Cats with advantage 3.
No, all right.
Or persuasion, whichever one you like better.
Oh, I'm going with persuasion because I have a little bit better. Not much, but a little bit. 28.
28. Okay. As Kess comes over and she literally kind of shakes your shoulders, you see the form of your sister isn't your sister. It is some sort of mummy-like creature who the fire itself has started to kind of die down as the bandages themselves have all burned away, and you just see this strange zombie-like creature standing in front of you.
Is it my turn now?
We are not currently in initiative, so it's
yeah.
anyone's
Oh.
turn.
Okay. Sorry. I don't know why I asked that.
That's perfectly fine.
You're fine.
Now I want to curse at everything.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Emotional damage.
The most accurate in this case.
It's fine.
So I want to yell at this mummy creepy thing that tried to, or that had taken my sister's form, and I want to try and stab it with the.
I wouldn't touch it. Okay.
No.
Well,
like
how
not like
about-
stab, like throw.
Well, with
a
that,
stab.
why doesn't everyone go ahead and roll initiative for me?
31.
I will
Sounds like
get your
I-
initiatives in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail here.
Do you
What does
need
that
my
even
initiative as
mean?
well?
That
Wow.
always makes me think of Pepper Ann.
Oh my
My-
god.
Remember that cartoon?
Yes.
It was one of their commercial break things. They're like, "We back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Hey, lamb, shake that tail."
Ah!
Just
I
brought
love
me
that.
back.
It sounds more
Brought
like
me
it should have
back.
been on Lamb Chop.
I miss lamb
No.
chop.
Pepper Ann, Pepper Ann. Oh, I don't remember much.
Jody,
about that, but I
this is
remember
just initiative for
enjoying
these guys, right?
Yes, you
Cool.
you do not have to worry
I
about
get the
this.
vibe.
So we start with Aruna.
8.
Cool. Arel
Oh no. Oh, because I didn't do your phone name. 31. Sorry.
and Kiki Kess.
29.
29. Damn, you guys are fast.
Am I?
So go ahead to start the initiative off. Go ahead and make your attack roll, Arel. Do that.
32.
Yeah. So as you sit there, and how exactly are you attacking?
I'm throwing a shadow bolt at it because I don't know
Okay.
how far away.
So again, in this realm, you find it significantly easier to conjure shadows and control them. Going forward, as long as we're in this realm, you get a flat advantage to any shadow manipulation style things. So any attacks that use your entropy, you'll get an advantage to on top of anything else you have. So you conjure a shadow bolt and you fire it at this creature, and you watch as not only does it hit this creature, but it knocks them back about 100 feet, and you watch as they are flying backwards, they slowly start to disintegrate.
Nothing else.
Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, because I don't want to separate.
All right then. Kess.
Yep.
Looking around, there are 3 or 4 of the kind of regular zombie kind of creatures, and there's one more of these mummified zombies surrounding you. And one of the regular zombie things is 50 feet away and wrapped around Aruna.
Only 50?
Only 50.
I would like to try to hit the one that is wrapped around Aruna.
Okay.
I'm going to loop my arm with around Zolta to kind of ground me because she's going to assist me in this.
Okay.
Yep. so that I'm not pulled towards them. If anything, that thing is pulled towards us.
Okay. Because you're
lovely hook
trying to hit a target that's wrapped around someone else, I'm going to give you disadvantage 1 on this.
That's nice. I'm gonna cancel that out.
Okay. Just a reminder for those of you watching.
And I'm gonna give myself an advantage 3 instead.
Helps if I do the right command. You can earn rupees while watching if you just click on the cog icon and allow access to the Streamlabs overlay for the thing. You can earn rupees and then you can spend them to do things like giving the players legend points or healing potions and other things like that.
Can help us do cool stuff. I don't like that. Do I have a reroll?
You can also give them reroll tokens.
So you can save us from ourselves.
I'm not allowed. I have to reroll before knowing if it's gonna actually.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I am gonna do a reroll just because I feel like right now my buddy Aruna is at risk, and I'm not going to give them. So I rolled like 3 1s on that. Just stupid. 29.
29 is still a very nice roll. So as you sit there and you turn to your fishwife and you go, "Fishwife, hold me," and she does. You launch your hook shot, and Aruna, as you are kind of wrapped by this creature, you do take. I need a die. You do take 6 points of lethal damage
We
as
add it to
this
the
thing
list.
is just kind of draining you of your life force, and then you feel the creature become stiff at one point, and then it is ripped off of you, and you look and see Kess kind of using her foot to retrieve her hook shot as the creature just melts into nothingness.
Oh, thanks, Kes. Wow, you're far away again.
Shoot. Sorry.
Anything else you want to do with your turn, Kess?
Sorry. Where's the shadowy thing?
It dissolved. You
Oh,
pulled it
sweet.
towards you, and then as you pulled your hook shot out of it, it went.
Oh, yay!
You want to try and pull a Runa the same way?
If I want to, can I?
If you want to pierce his skin,
Wait, no, Aruna, turn your back to me.
I'll
say you wouldn't be able to do that this turn.
Dang it! I was like, can he assist me in it?
you know what? If Aruna wants to assist, I'll let you try
Or
and
I
make
could
this.
shoot it past him.
I was about to say, why
And
don't
he
you
could
like shoot
grab
it
the
near him in the
chain.
ground? Exactly.
I have
Try to
now
pierce
turned
him
my
with it.
back towards Kes.
It works with rock. Why not? I'm going to specifically hook shot grab you, not strike you.
Okay.
But do you have anything on your back? I forget. Other than
Rough
your
rock skin.
other than
And
your
a very
protective-
large backpack.
Ooh, okay. Hopefully, maybe I can grab the strong backpack rather than you.
Well, let's see how that roll goes.
Pull you by association. All right. Yeah, let's use it.
This is one of those rolls that I
3
kind of would
more
like for it to
advantages.
fail, just because I think it would be more interesting storytelling wise.
49.
49.
Hell yeah.
And it's not a failure.
Fails.
That's
So
what
you
I
sit there
think.
as Aruna turns around. You sit there, and for a brief second, you go, "This could go very, very wrong."
Math.
screw it.
it.
And you go and fire it. And as it's going for Aruna, you see it looks like it is going to go clear through his arm. And Aruna just reflexively turns a little bit further, and you puncture his backpack. you're like, yes, and then you pull him back, and Aruna, you feel something hit your backpack. You're like, that's whoa, and you get dragged over.
Very strong hook shot. Cheese and
Wow.
crackers.
That has a lot more force than I ever thought it did.
It's my baby.
I'm gonna
Now
have
you
to try
understand
and-
why I get so upset when something happens.
to try and make my own one of those. Okay, what's
Okay.
happening over
Oh,
here?
All right. Huh. We're back. We're back. We got to get out of here, but we got to do it as a group or we're going to get separated and lost. This place is absolutely trying to separate us one by one, which makes me very concerned for what's going on with Pierre. But
He's already separated.
Smash cut to him just like playing an accordion on the other side of the ravine.
this is the best audience I've ever had.
Can I make a dumb performance
back
check to
to the
see
old
if
days.
the old to see
Quiet
if
from
the Shadow Kitchen on the other side are just enjoying the music?
How about this? Make me a present.
Don't do it. You're gonna call him to you.
This is a stupid roll. 7.
7.
No.
As you are sitting there and you're playing this song, you kind of start getting lost in the music itself, and it's been a while since you've been able to kind of really sit down and perform and use your musical skills. And as you sit there thinking, you think about the last place that you played this particular song, and it takes you very, very, very far back, because this particular song, the last time you played it was actually on the battlefield, the night before the raid that went really wrong.
Oh.
You're sitting there and
Dope.
you're at a fire, and the rest of your team is there, and they're all doing their various things that they do to kind of prepare for a tough mission. And you're just playing this, and they all kind of stop what they're doing and they just listen to it. And it was just a beautiful moment in time. As you look up again, the ravine is gone.
I just made this worse for myself. Fuck. Which means that are they on their way?
Are who on their way?
Those shadowy things?
No, you don't see the shadow things anymore. You look around and you feel a bit of a chill, because minus the fire and the rest of your team, you are in the place where you played this song last.
So it doesn't look like I'm in a void.
No, you recognize you guys had
Too deep
effectively
in it.
camped in Hyrule Field near Death Mountain, and you had camped next to a large outcropping, and that's exactly where you are. This is one of the places in your memory that you can never forget because of what happened after it.
Cool.
That being said, Kess, as you're sitting there, you hear this, oh,
No.
and the final mummified one starts moving towards you and starts to attack you. And I don't have a stat block for this made, so I'm just going to use a stat block I already have because the numbers add up. Does a 28 hit your resolve?
Resolve. Oh, yes, unfortunately.
Okay, so as this creature
It
comes,
is exactly twice my resolve.
so as this creature comes over, it goes and it wraps around you. And
I do not consent to this hug.
you start feeling it draining your life force.
Cool. That's great.
Because you because it got over 10 over, you are currently incapacitated, and you are going to take 4 points of lethal damage.
Wait, does that get my Mac? Oh no, never mind.
Ooh. So, very briefly, Lily. Unfortunately, the mummy thing is a boss, and so it cannot be removed with the remove enemy. Any of the other
Aw.
zombie things could be, however. So let me know in chat if you'd like to remove one of the other zombie things instead of the mummy, or I can just refund it, whichever one you prefer.
Isn't the mummy gone?
The mummy is not gone, but one of the
Oh.
other creatures might be.
Oh, okay.
Lily here to be the anti-Lycaos.
Remarkably
I
enough,
agree with this message.
all these zombie things do keep saying like
What? No, you don't say.
Color me surprised.
What did you say the color of surprise is?
Huge.
Somewhere between a chartreuse.
I was thinking either-
and...
Well, if we go in the zone of
Chartreuse sounds
regulations,
correct.
I'm guessing it's either a green or a yellow, depending on the type of surprise.
All right.
What about like
Or
a red,
brown.
like the breen from Metal Gear?
So, as this is happening, Kessin, you feel yourself slowly getting your life force drained away. You you notice one of these is a zombie creatures seeing an opportunity starting to move forward, and suddenly you hear a voice just from kind of the nether shout out, "No!" And you see this shadow bolt of lightning come and just one of the
Oh,
zombie
hey,
creatures goes away.
This place is so weird.
Because everything wants to hug you.
It can't make up its mind if it's not friendly or friendly.
Aruna, it
Sounds
is
about right.
actually your turn. So,
Okay.
what would you like to do?
I'm free and near everyone. There are 2 more regulars and 1 more wrapped around cast.
Literally one like draining the life out of me.
There's a
Yeah, we'll-
mummy
we'll
that
get
is
to you.
around Kess, and then there are
You whore! After
2
I
more
spent multiple points on you and a reroll token.
How
So, yeah,
close are
there's
they
2
to
zombies
each other?
and a mummy. Everything's within about 10-ish feet of everyone. So
Fantastic. Is it possible to place
Say
a
bomb.
big bomb in a position
damn.
where it would get, because like, you know, the zombies like wrapped around Kess, there's basically like a half that's just zombie and then a
Mhm.
half that's just Kess on the other
This
side.
is how I die.
Can I get the bomb to explode on only the zombie half while also getting any other ads?
Can you just go punch it in the face? Would that be
you
acceptable too?
could get one of the
Get away from me.
zombies plus the mummy. You could not get all 3
I'll take
unless
it.
you were to also possibly kick a Kess.
I'll take 1 zombie and full big zombie. Just because I hear Kess in the back of my mind. You would dare not whatever she just said.
Listen, Bish.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Kess is
and-
That's
signature
just not as
praise-
cursy as
praise.
I am. Her saying "mummy bitch" was kind of a big deal.
I don't know. Kess has been cursing a lot the past couple
Cass
of.
literally just dealt with her wife's rapist. Cass had
Exactly.
reason to curse.
Yep.
This is horribly out of date.
One.
Kind of like this more cursy version of Kess.
So you guys watch as Aruna starts kind of ruffling around in his bomb bag, and he takes out a relatively large bomb. And then as he's sitting there, like, Kess, as you're paralyzed, there's nothing you can really do except watch him do this. But you see him take out this very big bomb, and he looks at you and like takes his thumb out.
Pretty much, yeah. That's
As my life flashes before my eyes, I look back and think,
I have added the permitted term coup.
maybe my
Oh,
mom was
oh.
right.
okay. Let's see here. Okay, that's finally right. And I will be adding. Let's see. We'll add 6 legend points to this.
I mean, I have no idea what. There are weird things that Automod gets. Like the first boss in A Link to the Past is called Armos.
Yeah, Armos. Is a vague
Automod
term,
will
yeah.
not allow you to type the word Armos into chat. I don't know why.
Apparently it's derogatory towards, I think.
I had always
I
assumed that
remember-
someone at Twitch was really bad at the Armos fight, and just
I
added it.
assumed.
I rolled a 38 on my
38?
energy roll.
38 is pretty good. As you throw the bomb, the one zombie creature that you found just kind of disintegrates. The creature wrapped around Cass doesn't disintegrate, but you do watch as the wrapping is set alight and it starts burning.
I thought it already
and
burned off.
There were 2 of them.
Oh,
So one of them you guys have already dealt with. This is the second one.
okay.
Really?
was that 10 over?
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, it's weird. This is why we can't have nice things, because people will take things and make it derogatory.
Was it
Wow.
10 over? Speaking of derogatory,
It was 10 over.
Then I would like to put persistent damage on it.
Okay. So, because Kess is effectively on fire right now, Kess, I'm going to give you a
Is she
resist
on
roll?
fire, or are the things around her on fire?
to see if you can break out of the incapacitation. If you just click on either toughness, resolve, or guard, it'll do the resist roll for you.
I get to choose.
They're all the same. It's just
Okay.
a D20. It's a flat D20 roll.
14.
Okay. So as you sit there, you feel heat on your back, and it becomes more and more unpleasant until it starts becoming painful. But the pain is enough to kind of snap you out, and you are no longer incapacitated. You are still grappled, and this creature is still on fire, attached to you, but you are no longer incapacitated.
So I could potentially move.
When your turn comes up, yes. However, if it's still attached to you when your turn comes up, you're going to take a little damage from the fire. Before that can happen, though, it is Arel's turn.
Yay! I want to. Let's see, because she's right next to me, right?
Relatively, yes.
Okay.
Within about 10 feet.
Okay.
I could just
so-
shake you.
Shake, 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 Sonora.
So I'm going to throw a stabby bit at him.
Okay. I don't believe you have any steppy bits left. You gave them all out. Or do you still have one?
I think I have 5. Do I only
may
have
be
4?
You may be right. Well, and you've only given out 3. Because you
Right,
couldn't give one
Pierre
out to
doesn't have
Pierre.
one.
Pierre
Right.
Pierre
did
had a
not have
stab
one.
a bit, we wouldn't be here.
Right. Oh,
Not that
Yes,
we
I
don't
need to
think
talk
your
to
own
you
stabby
afterwards.
bits are perfectly fine, Pierre. It's just
If-
you don't have one of Arel's stabby.
If we've
I
learned
don't have the
anything
thing
from
that
this, is
would-
that we
you
all
need
need to
additional
have some of
stabby
Arel's bits going forward.
you do. You do.
And that I cannot be trusted with anything because I am an idiot of a person that puts us into these situations.
Happens. So I got.
I mean,
30.
this is establishing backstory thing, so really am I
This
the
is all
idiot, or
going
am I
into
the
backstory.
So am I the idiot, or am I helping?
I told you no.
The answer is yes to both.
So 30.
30. Yeah, as you sit there and you fire your, you throw your stabby bit at it, it sticks in the creature's head, and you watch as the creature's kind of launched off, but it doesn't dissolve. It is still kind of burning, but it is no longer attached to Kikakes.
I see this and remark,
Success.
physics work really weird in here.
What's physics?
I'll tell you later.
Anything else you want to do with your turn, Narelle?
No.
All right. Kess, you are no longer burning.
Wait, was that 10 over? Do they get a bane?
That would have been 10 over. So yes, if you'd like to put a bane on it.
Okay. I would like to do persistent damage over 10. So
Okay, so this thing is getting shadow damaged. It's getting fire damaged. When its turn comes up, it's going to have
It
some
will be
stuff to
dead.
deal with. Noms. Sorry.
My wife brought me breakfast. How far away is it?
At this point, it's only about 5 feet away. Like it literally just got knocked off you. So
I would like to use a minor action to bring out my daggers.
have we seen Kess use her daggers before? Or
Yes,
at least it's
just-
been a
Sometimes.
while.
It's been a while because normally the hook shot handles everything.
Uncommon.
Or in some cases, I use the hook shot and a dagger.
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes.
So you guys watch.
It's a rare
You guys
treat.
watch something kind of bizarre. You watch as Kess clips her hook shot to her belt. She reaches behind and she pulls out these two intricate-looking daggers
Ow.
that she kind of spins and gets into a fighting
Okay.
posture.
And then I'm going to stab him.
Go for it.
The description of this is stab, stab, kill, kill. Yeah, you gave me lethal damage. Why not? I haven't had a chance to use these in a while. I'm just burning through all my advantage points. 60!
Holy shit!
So much for the persistent
Wow.
damage.
After
Yeah, right?
38.
Hey, Kess.
Jesus.
wow.
Claim your kill.
Hey!
So after like it's gone off, it's the whole like boom, boom, boom. And then literally just like catching air, leaps up full on both daggers, stab directly in, like, while also like landing a foot on its throat and just like like, how dare you? You took 4 lethal damage. I want my hit points back.
So you guys watch as Kess brings her daggers out. She flips them in her hands a couple times. She goes into a low crouch and she launches herself into a aerial somersault. And as she's coming down, she stabs the creature in both lungs, where the lungs would normally be, as the fires start to kind of burn out from this Kika creature. And she kicks her legs over to hit it in the small of the back, which kind of flips it in the air. She lets her daggers go as it spins underneath her, and it lands, and she lands as well as she plants a foot squarely on its throat, spins a dagger, and just throws it right in the center of the forehead. Just goes, no touching.
That's really hot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, my mom doesn't sound like that.
It's not what my mom sounds like. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Aruna, there is a single zombie creature left.
I'm just gonna chunk a little bitty bomb at it.
Go for it.
And by little bitty, I mean a normal hand bomb for me, which is the size of any other given character's head.
By the way, just because this is my realm of expertise that I like, Filipino knife martial arts, I believe, is Eskrima, which is an amazingly awesome martial arts style that is really, really interesting to learn. And most people think of Eskrima, they just think have you seen it's called Eskrima sticks. And so they think of it just as using sticks, but it's actually developed for using knives as well. And it's really, really cool. The weird stuff you learn when you have too much time.
15.
Hell yeah.
15 is enough. So as you sit there and you take your hand bomb and you throw it, it impacts in the chest of this creature, and you watch as the chest itself starts to dissolve and the rest of the creature, and it goes away.
As I chunk the hand bomb, I kind of turn around, and as the explosion lights up behind me, Aruna puts on sunglasses. And after a couple seconds, it's like, wait, it's way too dark in here for that, and he immediately takes them off and puts them back on.
So the creatures seem to have dissipated. What would you all like to do?
Well, if we're gonna stay as a group, we should at least move, because we keep getting attacked here.
Let's go find that damn bird together.
As
Nobody
Kes says
wander
that,
off.
Let's just all hold hands
You
or
think
something.
you hear a voice of a loved one? No, you fucking didn't.
As
It's kind
as
of
Kes
different
says
for
that-
Arel, though, because her loved one is actually here somewhere.
did you say something, Kes? I think your mic may have cut it off.
That's fine. Let's keep going.
Mumbling to
Pierre,
herself.
Yes.
as you're now in a place that you never wanted to visit again, you suddenly hear,
Shit.
and you see a lupine form start moving towards you with front legs much longer than you think they should be. And to prepare yourself, you hear this and behind the lupine form, you see a large armored form drawing a sword far too large to be wielded by a creature this size, and a massive tower shield.
Oh no.
What would you like to do?
Panic. Wait, so there's two enemies, or it's the wolf
There's a
turning?
total of 2 enemies. There is you would recognize a Wolfos, and you would recognize an Iron Knuckles behind it.
Oh, this is bad. Are we? But it still looks.
Love that, Elias. Episodic reminder that Pierre can fly.
Correct. Are we still in the
The place that you are currently at your
We're-
back
it
is a
still
large rock outcropping that you guys had camped under.
so it still looks like Hyrule.
Yes, 100%. Like you know exactly where you are. This particular spot has been burned into your memory.
Okay.
So you know-
then I am going to try to bamf out as fast as I can and fly.
Okay. In this realm, flight doesn't quite work the way it does normally.
Right.
You've been able to glide with no difficulty, but actually
Right.
gaining height flight, you haven't been able to pull that off yet. So knowing that, do you want to attempt it?
Well,
Otherwise, you have a rock outcropping that if you wanted to climb to the top, that would at least give you some height to glide from. There's a Pierre command. I love it.
Listen, I need it. Again, no thoughts, head empty. Hypothetically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not committing to it yet, but if I
Okay.
tried to fly from this thing, would I have to make an agility roll at disadvantage? that how that would
Yes,
work?
and there'd be multiple disadvantage.
Are they in a range where if I try to leave, am I gonna get attack? They're gonna get attack opportunity on me.
They're not quite in melee range yet.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to make my way up to where I can glide, but
Mhm.
do it in a way that wherever I am gliding, I am not gonna be anywhere in the range of this Iron Knuckle and his giant ass fucking sword.
Okay.
Because I know if I try to glide over them, he's gonna go, ha, yoink, and like try to slice me in half.
Makes sense. I am going to have you roll just a flat agility check.
Okay, I have a 5 in this score, so 41.
Yeah. So as you see these things, you realize that not only are you at a combat disadvantage here, but because things don't work the way they're supposed to in this realm, you have no idea if these things are going to act like the way you expect them to do. So you instantly kind of look around, you look for the rock, and you kind of climb up. You get to the top. You see the Wolfos has actually started climbing up behind you, and
Yeah,
so
nope,
without much in the way of conscious thought, you just leap off this outcropping, spread your wings, and you hear the sound of metal passing through the wind very, very quickly as you are just barely missed by this sword coming up towards you, and you glide away as quickly as you can.
I look behind and see like a small like bit of feathers that it might have taken, and I'm like, ha! And then keep going.
I didn't need those feathers.
Nah, who needs them?
So
where would I land here? And what am I going to be in a way where like?
well, for right now, you are gliding and you can't really see the ground beneath you. So you're not 100% certain how high off the ground you are.
Wait, but hold on. How high was the rock thing?
The rock thing is probably about 15, 20 feet. But
How do I not?
because everything is shadows here, so being able to tell how far away darkness is remarkably difficult.
Wait, even though I'm in a projected version of Hyrule, it's still technically shadowy?
Yeah, everything is still shadows. It's just a shadow version of.
But I'm still maybe 15 or 20 feet allegedly from the ground, but I can't entirely sure because the ground is super shadowy, even because like once I'm off of it, it turns to shadow.
I'm trying to
understand.
yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to
Effectively-
understand.
As you started gliding, most of your ability to kind of tell where things are is from reference points. You know, you see the rock, you feel the ground beneath you, so you can tell exactly where the things are. Once you are
Sure.
in the air, you lose all points of reference. And so
Okay, got it.
doing things like judging distance and things like that becomes significantly more difficult.
Okay,
Does
got
that make
it.
sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to leave you gliding for a little bit.
I'm soaring.
Flying.
I don't remember any of the rest of the words.
You used to know the harmonies for that. Going back
That was
to
06. I can't.
Kesserel, Aruna, and Zulta.
We're holding hands or arms or something.
You suddenly start hearing "Kumbaya, my lord."
Whose family member is
No.
that?
So with these creatures kind of dissolved into nothingness, again, the kind of eerie silence of the Shadow Realm is all that you guys are currently experiencing.
We should move, right? So we don't keep getting attacked in this spot.
You're muted, Curie.
You are muted.
Yes, we should move. We should stay together, and we need to try and find Pierre.
How do we find him? A, without knowing how anything works here, unless you have information, Aurel, and B, without attracting more unwanted guests.
So, Cass, I've been wanting to talk to you for quite some time.
She's been here the whole time. Why were you waiting?
Because it's a different conversation that I've been waiting to have. Now that
Oh,
we are
should I leave?
engaged. No, you can stay.
What?
Yes. So, do you remember how I died a lot in the other in the other realms?
No, remind me.
Oh, Angel.
Completely slipped my brain as you literally died in my arms. Yes.
Yes. When we went through the wisdom realm and saw my body there, and looted it. That's so wrong. And looted it, there was a book, and it was from that Aurel's shadow. It was her shadow journal, and you're smarter than me. Would you like to read it, or can we trade objects? I would like that stabby knife or a sword. I feel like the book would suit you better than it suits me. It might have some
stabby
information.
knives I'm currently holding.
No, the sword. From forever ago.
One of the things that you got off of, I think it was the Courage
Aurel, who
Realm
died in your arm.
version.
Oh, did I not
of-
give that to her?
Apparently
No.
not.
We
I've
just-
been pining over it this whole time.
Yeah, I believe you wanted to hold on to it because it was Shikatek.
Yes. Yeah. And I've been trying to convince you to give it to me the entire time, or to sneak it from you. And every time I do, I fail. So I will trade you this
if you
book
continue to allow
that
me
might
to
have
study it, then
wisdom.
fine.
Okay.
If I get to study
Yes.
it later, then fine. We will make.
So there might be some information in here that might help us right now. That's the only
Okay.
reason why it's
More
not
walkie,
there.
less talkie.
All right.
So I'm going to start reading as we're walking.
All right,
because-
make me a logic check.
I'm just gonna holding arms and various linked people, just
Mhm.
walk us in an aimless direction.
Okay.
36. Boom, ba, ba. Boom, ba, ba.
Okay, so as you are looking through this book, one of the first things you notice about this flavor of Aurel is kind of hot. Because as you're reading through this, she is incredibly
This
analytical.
one.
Yes.
This one. I was like,
The
going,
one that wrote this book,
the one
you're like, because she is incredibly analytical and scientific in her
Man.
views of in her observations of this. And you're going through and you're realizing that this is a treasure trove of information that you may be able to use to modify your own Shikatek with shadow tech effectively. However, realizing where you are, you just keep flipping and flipping and flipping until you find just a random page that talks about the one time this Aurel went to the Shadow Realm.
One time? She went there one time?
Apparently, she was a lot more focused on coming up with mechanical uses of shadow ability rather than traveling.
Well, I can serve that goal, so I'm still glad we have this version of Aurel, because at least she's dumb enough to venture into the Shadow Realm a lot. Empirical
As,
evidence is helpful.
as you're going,
I love you, Chax. This is nothing against me.
as
It's
you're
okay.
reading over
Arel
this,
is designed to be kind of dumb, so don't worry.
as you're reading over this, you have to, because it's barely a page in a journal, so you read it in less than a minute. And it's one of those short passages that there's just so much information in it that you have to read it 3 or 4 times to actually be able to understand all that's being said in it, because she basically just info dumped into this little thing and ended it with I should perform some more experiments to see exactly what the limits of this are, and then goes back to Shadow Tech.
Then why didn't you do it?
Because she died.
You just hear the grumblings of like, no matter what realm we're in, you have no follow through.
But she does
I kind of want that to be the last page of the book, so you're insulting her after sure.
No, he
She died.
already said that there's more Shadow Tech, so clearly
Yeah.
you went on to do other things.
Second to last
like-
page of the book. Fine.
It's clearly you weren't as interested in the Shadow Realm as you were with like, and that's fine. But right now that doesn't help me, so I'm
She
grumpy and
didn't
bitter
to
about it
survive.
because Kess is secretly much more of a misanthrope than you guys forced her to be.
So as you're reading through it, and you're trying to understand exactly what it is, because she's using words that you recognize, but they feel wrong. Like the way
That's
she's
any time
describing
Arel
things,
speaks.
the way she describes things doesn't make 100% sense to you. And like she's talking about distance, talking about how distance feels as opposed to actual measurements. And it's the weirdest thing going from the incredible analytic rest of the book to this part where it becomes very interpretive and emotional, and then it just clicks that
It's still around.
the physics that you're used to dealing with and the laws of kind of science that you're used to dealing with in the Shadow Realm are basically flipped with emotion and interpretation.
You can wrinkle time and space here.
So if you think things work a certain way, the Shadow Realm will mold itself to work the way you think they should. While that's happening, we've created a monster.
Y'all, I'm gonna love
while
Randomly
that's-
here, Kess laugh evilly.
While that's happening, Aruna, as you are aimlessly wandering, your mind starts to wander as you wander with the party. And you're starting to kind of think about the interaction that you had going out to save your aunt. And you start thinking
Which
about
was just
where
following a voice until I heard Kess, right?
No, originally,
Oh,
when you first
okay.
went to save your aunt, you
Right.
went out to specifically to find a Talos.
Yeah.
And you're
Deep
thinking
into
about
the
that
mountain.
more and more. And suddenly, as you're looking around, the area that you're in is significantly more mountainous than it was before. Before, you were kind of in flat Zora domain territory. So there's water everywhere and mostly flat land. Now you are on a mountain, a very familiar mountain. And if you think hard enough, you can remember exactly where the Talos was buried, which is about 50 feet from your present location. And then you hear an evil maniacal laugh and realize it is Kess.
Kess,
I don't think we need
I know I
no
accidentally
assigning
led us to a
morality
shadow
to
mountain.
my discoveries.
Kess, I know I accidentally led us to a shadow mountain, but I is it funny?
Wait, are we on a shadow? Are we all on a shadow mountain?
So as you kind of laugh, and this thing clicks, and you start to realize the possibilities of what you just learned. You look around, and you're on Death Mountain.
Aruna, stop thinking.
What?
Sorry, not productive. I'm gonna need us all to really. Hey, Bool,
Yes.
can you bring up a projected picture of Pierre, please?
It just pulls up
Affirmative.
a head. It just pulls up a headshot.
As he starts to try and project something, nothing comes out. Light doesn't seem to work super well in the shadow realm, so projections themselves.
Light. Okay. Mm.
And you, as soon as it happens, it instantly clicks.
Thank you, Bool. I'm sorry. I forgot to fully adjust to the parameters of the current variables we are dealing with. All right. New plan. I need everybody to think of Pierre right now. I want you to think of his stupid beak and his dumbass accordion.
Oh.
Really viscerally describing Pierre here.
He starts like slightly annoyed.
I never
love you,
thought his
Pierre.
beak was
Um,
stupid.
I love you too, Gary.
But it's
Welcome to the roast of me.
but it absolutely like starts describing Pierre, and while it is riddled with like slight jabs of like just like
Insults.
random inserts of like fucking or stupid, 'cause she's clearly annoyed. It is down to like obscene detail of like the way his beak curves slightly over his like lower beak, like with little details that you're like, fuck, you've noticed a lot about. Oh, you care about it.
Care.
It's like the thing of like, oh, I can tell that you actually pay attention to him a lot. It's just that annoying, like, I don't know, fucking annoyed that I have to spend half of my time getting our party back together. And then you're going to imagine that he is literally here. If something
Here?
reached out like a giant hand, plucked him from his place, wherever he is in the shadow realm. I want you to imagine it with all of your might,
Here in this
plucks him out,
particular plane on Death
and then
Mountain?
put him directly in front of us right now. Yes.
This is really weird for me, but okay.
I understand that, but I need you to focus on that and only that, Arel.
What?
And I
You did give me a giant imaginary hand.
I did, and I heard it when I said it. Just proving
Okay,
that
wait.
I certainly know everyone in this party very well. All right.
So I'd like everyone to make me a presence check.
Since we're working
Does that
together,
No one
I'm
said
doing a-
anything about clothes.
I'm doing a guided. No, he might arrive naked, but if he's in one piece, I don't care. Figure the rest out.
does that include me?
Yes, everybody but
I'm sorry, which
Presents.
check? Presents.
presence. If anyone wants to burn legend points, they would apply to everyone's check.
I'm going to burn 2,
So everyone gets advantage 2 on this now?
Well,
I am-
okay.
Yes.
which means I am now down to
I'll
3
also
legend
throw
points
in
for those of
2.
you in the chat. If you want to, oh, sweet.
Oh,
That brings
so
us
do I
up to a
re-roll
grand
that?
total of 4.
So do I re-roll
Yes,
that now?
do not roll until everyone has burned
Oh,
legend
sorry.
points.
All
Sorry.
right, well, then I'm going to redo that then. So has everyone burned legend points at this point? Is everyone good?
Zulta
I'm
burns
good.
100.
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, then it's going to be advantage 4.
I'm
Yep.
also going to put in 2.
Son
Oh,
of a
I
bitch.
put in-
6.
Wait, sorry. I put in. Wait.
You put in 2, I put in 2. So then and Rel's putting in
I
2,
put in
so
2.
it's 6.
Okay.
6
So it's
advantage.
6. Okay, well, I'm doing this.
And so we all roll with
I'm
advantage
re-rolling
6?
that bullshit.
Everyone rolls with advantage. This is 6.
Okay.
Do
I'm
I
also
still
down
get
to
the
1 re-roll token.
advantage 2
18.
for the shadow realm? Or no?
This is a presence check, so not your entropy.
18.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm re-rolling.
I'm
Okay.
re-rolling.
I have no reroll token, so I'm keeping it.
48.
Okay.
32.
All right. Just waiting on Aruna.
25.
25. Okay. So as all of you guys kind of visualize Pierre, really quickly, I'm gonna wait. Imp, say something in chat when you're done.
You
Wait,
guys
what?
hear Calcifer?
No.
No, is he
thank
making a
God.
stink?
He
Oh,
Oh,
no,
wait,
now I do.
heard that one.
so not happy that he doesn't get to go outside right now.
But man, all right.
Kitty jail.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 legend points for Kess from Imp.
Thank you, Imp.
I always, whenever you talk about Kick a Kitty Jail, I always think about a comment you made when you first got Calcifer, where you're talking about whenever you or Angelique would go to the bathroom, he would try to break in. And you
Yep,
made this
'cause he's
connection
like,
of,
you're in
well,
cat jail.
you're in cat jail. I'll protect you. I'll save you. I always thought that was funny. So,
silly.
as you all focus on Pierre, you all kind of close your eyes, you open them. There's no Pierre. And Kess, as you're sitting there going, well, maybe I forgot a variable. Pierre, as you are gliding, you suddenly start seeing mountains. And below you, you can see Kess, Zulta, Arel, and Aruna. And you realize that you are currently about 100 feet in the air. But now that you have a point of reference, you think that you can glide down with relative ease.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So as you guys are sitting there, and Kess, you're sitting there going,
Hang on, let me redo this calculation.
you suddenly hear Pierre kind of descending and land amongst just you.
Ha!
Wait,
Friends!
wait. Do we know this is the real Pierre or some shadow apparition of him?
Well, I can
Pierre,
see
say
his
something only
features.
Pierre would know.
Start playing music.
That'll
and
do it.
Focus on your.
No, you've cleared it. You've cleared it. Perfect, him. We've got him back.
Didn't try to convince us with words. It's definitely Pierre.
That's true. He probably would.
I would put on the spot. I would have done something.
No, this is yep, it's him.
Oh, but that's true. He was flying. Are we sure?
I am a genius.
So wait, we just think about things here and they show up?
Sort of.
Can I get a hot tub?
Oh, that
my
explains
God,
why we're
stop
here.
thinking
actually.
of things.
Oh,
Okay. From what I can tell from research and some minor experimentation, essentially this world's rules will sort of bend to whatever your mind decides they are, or whatever you believe them to be, which makes it a very, very dangerous place for a place where your mind wanders. So maybe now that we're all together, we should leave. This is a great place for us to leave. Arel, we should leave.
we should get Pierre
But-
back into his body.
It's
Can we
not
think
in his
about
body.
Leslie? Can we find Leslie?
We can come back whenever we have all of Pierre. Now that we know how this place works. But we only have half of him right now.
Oh, right, because my body is still in
Ah,
Zora's domain.
okay.
And as you guys
Okay,
look at Pierre, you do notice he's kind of translucent.
That's not good. Okay. Arel, you have my word. We are going to come back.
Especially now we know how this place works.
Make sure that we have everyone together, and then we've got some notes. Gonna start a new notebook.
I'm gonna go
Let's
and touch
start a new-
Pierre and like just kind of grab him.
Wait,
As you
give
go
him
to
a
touch
thing.
him, your hand goes through him.
I know. I knew that was gonna happen. We have to either bring his body here or he has to enter my mind again.
Pierre, can you touch this?
Which
And
is not a safe place right
I
now.
hold out my stabby bit and don't let go of it, but I want to see if he can touch it.
I try to touch it.
Straight through.
Am I a ghost?
And that is where we are going to end it for today.
Am I a ghost? And that
I mean, if there's
Could
any
not
place
have
to
picked a better
end,
to the time.
if there was any place to end, it was on that line.
Yep.
Good.
As
storytelling.
always, if you missed any of this episode, you can watch the entire 4.5 years of Realms of the Wild right here on twitch.tv/Zelda University TV. It's right in the video on demand section. So please check that out. We have been having a blast doing this for for so long.
Are we getting on almost 6 years of development? Or no, 5 years.
April will be 5 years because we started in
Holy
April
shit.
with pre-production. So anyway, reminder, unless things have changed, remind me, Elias and or Alex, tomorrow Amanda should be streaming.
That's correct.
Doing Amanda-like things.
Yes.
So be sure to tune in. Again, if you want to actually interact with the game, anytime you're watching Zelda Universe, you are earning rupees as long as you have activated them. So tune into Amanda's shows and Josh and Mary and everyone else, and watch them all, and then use all those points here to do cool things. Or if your name is Amanda, create a special episode where it just says all about Amanda. So
Or make me run another Honey Heist game or something.
yeah,
Did
I mean, the
Amanda
Honey Heist-
redeem an Amanda episode?
she
Yes.
did special episode from Panda Princessa. It says all about Amanda.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that. Maybe we'll do a Shadow Realm where all of you guys just think about Amanda and she appears.
Great.
But anyway, again, that is going to be all for us today, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye bye.